Part 77. Hong Kong movies, I can see the loyalty value, I am not panicked at all. Author, Ban Wanqing Buletin Liang. Chapter 761. In 2053, Li Qing, who was nearly 80 years old, resigned as president, and his second son Li Changzong became the new president of the Dongxia Republic with a 100% vote in the election. The following year, his eldest son Li Chenjai became the Deputy Minister of Defense in his hometown, and was promoted to the Minister of Defense 3 years later. His third son Li Chenxi, son of Li Qing and He Min after the founding of the country, became the chief executive of Hong Kong and Macau in 2055. The eldest daughter Li Yuexi became the leader of the second generation of New World and was fully responsible for all affairs of the New World Group. In 2056, Li Li, the oldest of Li Qing's women, died in Li Qing's arms. In the following years, Chen Shuding, Xingxin, Fang Ting, Nanako, Yingzi, Hemin, and Mao Xianmin passed away one after another. Among the younger brothers, De Go and Er who died first due to alcohol and sex, and then the oldest Xiao Ma Ji and Ruan Zhihui died in the hospital. In the following decades, Ao, Xianzi, Monk, Mosquito, Aji, Tianyanji, Tianyanjin, Chiao Xiaocheya, Gaojin, Zhang Guishan and others also died one after another. Zhang Qiandan, one of the right-hand men, couldn't hold on either, and smiled and closed his eyes in Li Qing's grief. The biggest blow to Li Qing was that in September 2062, Wu Ya and Zhang Dongxiu died one after another, as if they also took away Li Qing's last spirit. On National Day on January 1, 2063, Dongyuan, the people of the Dongxia Republic took to the streets to celebrate and wish Li Qing, the founding father of the Dongxia Republic, 90 years old. Li Qing rarely called all his descendants to his manor. "Dad, the wind is strong at the seaside, I'll cover you and Aunt with a blanket." The only eldest daughter, Li Yuexi, took 2 blankets and covered Li Qing and Gangshen's legs respectively. "Yeah, Dad, be careful not to catch a cold." Li Chenjai looked at his old father with some worry. He would come to see him every year at this time. "Daddy, hot tea." Li Chenxi, speaking Mandarin with a Hong Kong accent, gently placed the hot tea on the table. "Ahem, Changzong hasn't come back yet." Li Qing, whose hair was full of silver, coughed lightly, and Hong Sheng, who was in a wheelchair next to him, stroked his back with concern. "Dad, my second brother should be on the way. Today is National Day, and he will give a speech." Li Chenxi whispered. "Ahem, yeah. Let's Yair and the others go play. I have something to tell you later." Li Qing asked his granddaughter and grandson to go back to the house, leaving only the 3 of them. The 3 brothers and sisters drove away their son and daughter. When they heard their father's continuous coughing, they looked at each other with worried expressions on their faces. They all knew that since Uncle Crow and Uncle Dongxiu passed away, their father's health had been getting worse, and even their aunt's health was not good. "Dad, I'm back." Li Changzong panted and strode to the backyard. "Second brother." "Changzong." "Second brother." Li Changzong greeted his brothers, sisters, and brothers and came to his old father Li Cheng. "Dad, Aunt." Li Qing snorted, "Is the Prime Minister of a country so unstable? He is already in his 40s. Okay, the child is here." Gangsheng patted Li Qing in a stern manner. She knew that her husband was complaining that the second son came too late. Cough cough cough. After a violent cough, Li Qing said, "Come up, I have something to say." The 4 brothers and sisters looked at each other worriedly and walked up. "Chenjai, you have a heavy burden. You must put the country first and build up the national defense of your hometown. Don't let down the people's expectations of you. Changzong, the Republic of Dongxia is handed over to you. You are the backbone of the people. Everything should start from the people. Do you understand?" Remember to punish corruption without mercy and deal with it strictly. Those who are corrupt while maintaining high salaries should die. Chinsi, develop Hong Kong and Hejiang well. They are your roots. You must live up to the neighbors in Hong Kong and Hejiang. Uxi, I am relieved that the new world is in your hands. Don't mistreat your uncle's children, but don't hesitate when it's time to be ruthless. Hearing the old father's instructions, the four of them felt sour and their eyes were red. Dad, why are you saying this? Have a good rest. Li Qing waved his hand and patted his chest. I know my own body. In this life, I have never let anyone down. My brothers are loyal and have helped me build this huge foundation. I hope you will not let me down. Then you should train Xiao and others well. They are the future of my Li family. Come, push me and your aunt to the beach. I want to have a private talk with your aunt. Li Chengjai and Li Changzong looked at each other and pushed the wheelchair to the beach. Li Qing waved his hand to drive the two away and looked at Gang Sheng beside him. Old woman, you are old too. Gang Sheng smiled, I am over 80 years old. How can I not be old? I have lived up to my country in my life, but I have lived up to you. I have spent too little time with you. Li Qing patted Gang Shen's hand, and the figures of Mao Xianmin, Hemin, Yingzi, and others flashed in his mind. Brother Qing, I said I will accompany you for 3 lifetimes. Remember to come find me in the next lifetime. Gang Shen's eyes were filled with tears. Yes, let's go. Gang Shen nodded with a smile. Li Qing reached out and touched Gang Shen's face, and the two held hands tightly together. Boom! A thunderbolt from the blue startled the 4 brothers and sisters, and they looked at their old father worriedly. The smoke like white tiger floated up from the old father Li Qing, accompanied by a slightly smaller tiger, and then soared into the sky. Countless raptors made of smoke appeared in the air. After the white tiger and the tiger rushed to the center, they disappeared in the air in an instant. Brother, am I dazzled? Li Chenxi rubbed his eyes hard. Li Yuexi woke up from the shock, as if he realized something, and ran to the beach like crazy. Dad, woo woo woo. The 3 brothers changed color at the same time and ran forward in a hurry. The grandchildren in the house heard the movement and ran out one after another. When he ran to the wheelchair, Li Yuexi looked at his father and aunt with their eyes closed and smiled, but they had stopped breathing. Dad, aunt, woo woo. Grandpa, grandma, woo woo. The shrill cry resounded throughout the beach. On January 1, 2063, Li Qing, the founding father of the Dongxia Republic, passed away peacefully at home at the age of 90. Hey, fellow, stop crying like a woman. Take this little money to treat your grandfather. A gangster dressed in fancy clothes casually took out a wad of money and put it in front of the boy who was squatting on the ground and crying. The boy raised his head with tears in his eyes, but saw the sloppy back of the gangster. Brother Kun, why did you give him today's fee? How can we explain to the boss? Just think of it as my kindness. My father was seriously ill that year, and I also hoped that someone could help me. If the boss asks, I will take it. It's over. Today the boss is going to beat you up again. Let's go, it's not a big deal. The voice became smaller and smaller. The boy picked up the money on the ground, wiped his tears, clenched his fists and shouted to the gangster who was going away. Brother Kun, I want to follow you. My name is Li Cheng. The gangster didn't look back, just waved his hand and disappeared at the corner of the street. The whole book is over. Hong Kong movies, I can see the loyalty value, I am not panicked at all. Author, Ban Wanqing Buletin Liang. Chapter 762. It's finished. It was finished on New Year's Eve. Hee, this book was written in January 2023 and uploaded in March. There are more than 100,000 words in the manuscript, but it didn't last for a month. Qingbu Liang is too lazy, and it has been almost a year now. Actually, there is nothing much to say. Thank you for the support of all book friends. Qingbuliang wants to chat with you here. I write whatever I think of. There is no logic, don't scold me. In fact, when I started this book, I didn't expect that I would persist for so long. I read a lot of Hong Kong novels and movies, and I started writing on a whim. Everything was done as I pleased. I wanted to write the story in my heart. I didn't expect to be loved by so many friends. Qingbuliang was very scared. Thank you for your love. Novels are just for your entertainment. As long as you enjoy reading, it is Qingbuliang's greatest wish. Of course, some friends were also poisoned by the poisonous points in the book. Qingbuliang will learn from the lessons in the future and avoid this situation in future writing. In fact, coding is a very happy thing. Sometimes when I write, I will be moved by the plot of the book, crying and laughing. I hope my friends can empathize with it, haha. Sometimes Qingbuliang is a little lazy and busy at work, so I can't keep up with the updates. My friends understand me very much. Qingbuliang thanks me again. Although Qingbuliang laughs every day, he actually pays attention to the comments of his friends. If you are happy, I am happy too. If you think it is not well written, I will be sad too, but Qingbuliang will keep writing for the book friends who like me. This book is finished. Maybe some friends feel abrupt, and some friends think that there are still many wonderful plots that have not been written, and there are many excellent movies and protagonists that have not been involved. Qingbuliang apologizes to everyone here. It is really hard to grasp what will happen next, so I let Li Qing end at the peak moment. Li Qing started as a Hong Kong gangster and gradually grew into the founding father of Dongxia. He realized his dream and completely wiped out that nation and country in the parallel world. Li Qing also completed his mission. I really appreciate the support of all my friends. They have been accompanying me silently all the time. Accompanying is the longest confession. I love you. Qingbuliang was not in good condition in the last 2 months. Otitis media recurred intermittently. I am grateful to the friends in the group for always caring about me. Really, Qingbuliang wanted to send you his treasured 1T to express his gratitude, but unfortunately the system does not support it. Alas, I can't help it. Next, Qingbuliang's new book has written the golden 3 chapters. It should be uploaded after the Chinese New Year. There may not be many updates every day. After all, I have to save the manuscripts. Please don't scold me. Finally, I wish my friends a happy new year, smooth work, good health, and all the best in the new year. Finally, Qingbuliang has a small request. I hope everyone will leave a small place for Li Qing in the bookshelf, don't delete him, and come to see him occasionally when you have the chance. There is also a book friend group in Qingbuliang, where some dynamics will be posted. Qingbuliang will also chat with everyone when he is free and listen to your suggestions on books. Friends know that Qingbuliang is the most obedient. I believe the stories in Qingbuliang's new book will be even more exciting. Okay, Qingbuliang doesn't know what I said, my mind is a little confused, illogical chat, haha. Finally, this time it's real. Thank you again for your support over the past year. A 365-degree bow to thank you. Remember, come and see the new book after the Chinese New Year. Qingbuliang in summer is delicious, love you. Sprinkle flowers at the end, sprinkle flowers.